Omega-level mutants are the pinnacle of mutant power. This classification includes the most powerful characters with the X gene, some of whom are among the mightiest in the entire universe. Characters like Legion can casually destroy the multiverse in a fight against an Eternal. Iceman can effortlessly cause an ice age on the planet and even freeze hell itself. However, these characters often overshadow other powerful mutants who are not Omega level. While they may not possess the same destructive capabilities as Omega level mutants, they are still capable of causing significant damage to any foe. Number 1. Rachel Summers. Rachel is the daughter of Cyclops and Jean Grey from an alternate future where mutants are hunted and on the brink of extinction. In this reality, Jean did not die because of the Phoenix Force, and Rachel was conceived with Jean being possessed by the entity. As a result, she inherited her mother's telepathic potential and gained a portion of the Phoenix Force's power. She possesses mental abilities nearly as potent as her mother's, and with the Phoenix energy, she becomes a being of immense power. In the comics, she sent Kitty Pryde back in time to prevent the mutant extinction. In the films, Kitty herself took on this role, as Rachel's character does not exist in live-action adaptations. Number 2. Polaris. Polaris is the legitimate daughter of mutant Magneto, unlike Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, who were somewhat adopted. Like her father, she has the ability to manipulate metal, but she's not yet reached her true potential. Magneto had decades to train his powers, whereas Polaris began learning at a younger age. Still, Magneto has stated that she has enough potential to reach his level. If she were to even come close to her father's power, she would already be capable of posing a planetary threat, shooting electrical bursts, bringing down planes, creating force fields, and moving entire cities would be child's play for her. Even though she isn't as strong as her father, her incredible range of powers easily places her among the strongest mutants below the Omega level. However, we have to wait for her to undergo proper development in the comics. Number 3. Magik. Magik earned her title as General of Krakoa and status as one of Marvel's most powerful mutants, not through her mutant abilities, but through her magical prowess. She has the ability to create portals to anywhere, and accidentally opened one to a hellish dimension soon after awakening her powers. There, she learned about magic and defeated the ruler of that dimension, becoming the leader of Limbo. With her powers, she is strong enough to contend with characters like Dormammu and even Doctor Strange. In some alternate futures, she becomes the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth, assuming Doctor Strange's mantle. A character of this caliber certainly belongs on this list. But you know what also belongs on this list and is more powerful than any mutant I've mentioned? That's right, your like. With it, I can become the biggest nerd channel on YouTube and bring more amazing characters and lists like this one to you. Number 4. Namor. Namor is the sovereign of Atlantis, part human, part Atlantean, and part mutant. His powers manifest as wings on his feet that allow him to fly freely and relatively quickly. His unique physiology grants him extraordinary strength and resilience. Out of water, he gradually weakens, but he still has faced heavyweights like Hulk and Thing. Underwater, he effortlessly defeated Iron Man and sustained no damage from attacks by Captain Marvel. In terms of physical strength, he is possibly the strongest among mutants, surpassing characters like Colossus by a significant margin. Number 5. Cyclops. Cyclops possesses one of the most destructive powers among his allies. Through his eyes, he can emit a concussive blast of massive force capable of destroying nearly anything in its path. Mountains, tanks, and even small planets can be devastated by a full-powered attack from him. Unfortunately, he cannot control his powers due to a head injury suffered in childhood. Therefore, he's forced to wear a special visor that contains his optic blast, as he cannot shut off his power voluntarily. Number 6. Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is a hybrid mutant, the son of a demon who also happened to be a mutant. He inherited from his father the mutant power of teleportation, although his version is weaker than his father's. His physiology allows him to be more agile than a normal human, and he's a skilled swordsman and one of the great leaders of mutant teams. Kurt is a pacifist and rarely demonstrates his full power, but on occasion he has shown himself to be a danger to anyone. During a phase where he wasn't as gentle, he teleported inside a character and exploded them. This means that throughout his comic history, he could easily kill a good portion of his villains, but he doesn't, due to his morality. Number 7. Cena. Cena is the only character on this list who doesn't have any physical super attributes. Unlike Namor, she isn't super strong, and she doesn't shoot optic blasts like Cyclops. Her power is more contained, yet very powerful. She has the ability of clairvoyance. With this ability, she was almost not allowed into the country of Krakoa, as mutant leaders considered her too great a threat to be there. She managed to foresee that a war against the Eternals would begin, and thanks to this, mutants were able to begin preparations. She even predicted the fate of the mutant Moira, a character with the ability to reset her consciousness into her mother's womb right after dying. Cena predicted that she could only do this 9 or 10 more times and die before awakening her mutant powers. Number 8. Forge. Forge possesses one of the most fascinating mutant powers among mutants. His mind can assemble any equipment he can imagine. With this ability, he has created machines capable of transporting people to alternate realities, for example. Designing armor, futuristic weapons, and equipment for the X-Men is routine for him. He was responsible for making Cerebro portable, the device Professor Xavier uses to amplify his powers and locate mutants worldwide. Additionally, Forge has mystical training and could potentially be as powerful as Magik. However, he accidentally killed his allies by summoning an army of demons and vowed never to use magic again. But those were the main mutants below the Omega level that I could think of, incredibly powerful. If I missed any, leave them in the comments and also tell me who your favorite character from this list is. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and join me on this adventure to become the biggest nerd channel on the internet.